ECNIC approves 11 development projects involving 7,423 crore taka. Nothing can be received through undue pressure, says Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. Red carpet rolled out for Swiss President at airport. President Mohamed Abdul Hamid receives President Alain Berset. Awami League General Secretary Obaidul Qadir calls upon party men to remain alert over Khaleda Zia's verdict. Turkish forces face Kurdi resistance in Syria's Afrin. 7 Turkish soldiers killed. And Bangladesh secure commendable draw against Sri Lanka in Chittagong Test. Assalamu alaikum. You're watching News at 10 on BTV, BTV World and BTV Chittagong Center. I'm Nuzat Sharmeen.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm Shangita Ahmed. Those were the headlines, and now on to the rest of the news. The Executive Committee of the National Economic Council, ECNIC, today approved 11 development projects involving 7,423 crore and 72 lakh taka, including one to construct long bridges on Upazila and Union roads with 2,287 crore and 65 lakh taka. The approval came from the ECNIC meeting held at the NEC conference room in the capital's Sherebangla Nagar area, with ECNIC chairperson and Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina in the chair. The ECNIC meeting also passed a project to set up RAB headquarters, a project for constructing 288 residential flats for the government officials at Mirpur Section 6 in the capital. Greater Faridpur Rural Infrastructure Development Second Phase, Third Revised Project, Greater Faridpur Rural Infrastructure Development Third Revised Project, ensuring nutrition and food security, First Revised, through Integrated Agricultural Development Project, curve straightening from Indrapool to Chokroshala on Dhaka-Chittagong Cox's Bazar Highway, First Revised Project, establishment of Air Force Training Institute at BAF Zohrul Haq based Chittagong Project, upgrading Borishal Textile Institute to Shohid Abdur Rab Sarniabad Textile Engineering College, Third Revised Project, establishment of Sheikh Russell Textile Institute, Madarganj, Jamalpur, First Revised Project, and construction of National Revenue Building, First Revised Project. Minister, members of Planning Commission and secretaries concerned were present at the meeting. Briefing reporters after the meeting, Planning Minister A.H.M. Mustafa Kamal said the entire cost of the 11 projects will come from the National Exchequer. Of the projects, 3 are new, and while the rest of the projects are revised. Pointing out the street agitation of a particular section of the teachers to press home their various demands, Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina said the government cannot afford to fulfill many demands without plan and budgetary allocation. The government is trying to help all persons, either in the public or private sector, and it is careful so that none is deprived. But a government cannot fulfill every demand as it works with a limited budgetary allocation. Everybody should keep this in mind, she said. The Prime Minister was addressing Shikha Shamabesh organized by the National University at Bangabandhu International Conference Center in the capital this morning. Sheikh Hasina said her government has a plan in which schools or colleges should be nationalized under a policy. Nationalization of the educational institution is not possible as per claim or wish of any particular section of people. Criticizing BNP for pushing back the country in many sectors, including education, during their regime, the Premier said every government comes to power to take the country forward, but the nation had experienced it of being pushed back in every arena during BNP Jamaat government. The Prime Minister praised the recent progress of the National University in its curriculum and automation of its administrative work, saying a project is being implemented with the support of the World Bank for development of the colleges which teach honours and master's degree courses. The function was also addressed by Education Minister Nurul Islam Nahid, Secretary of the Secondary and Higher Education Division Sohrab Hussain, and Vice Chancellor of the National University Professor Haruna Rashid. At the function, the Prime Minister distributed crest and prize money among the best 7 colleges in performance ranking of the university. Earlier, Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina inaugurated and laid the foundation stones of 11 educational and infrastructural projects of the National University.
Swiss President Alain Berset arrived in Dhaka today on a 4-day visit to Bangladesh. A special flight of Swiss Air Force carrying the Swiss President landed at Hazrat Shah Jalal International Airport this noon. A 21-gun salute heralded his arrival as he stepped down from the flight. President Mohammad Abdul Hamid received Swiss President Alain Berset at the VVIP terminal of the airport. 2 tiny tots presented bouquets to the Swiss President. He was given a red carpet reception at the airport. Later, a contingent of Army, Navy and Air Force presented state salute. The Swiss President took the salute along with his Bangladesh counterpart and inspected the guard. At the presidential line, senior ministers and high civil and military officials were introduced to Swiss President Alain Berset by President Mohammad Abdul Hamid. Foreign Minister Abul Hassan Mahmoud Ali paid a courtesy call on visiting Swiss President Alain Berset at Hotel Shonargaon in Dhaka this afternoon. During the meeting, they discussed various bilateral issues on mutual interests between Bangladesh and Switzerland. The culprits of recent attack on police are being identified through video footage and they would be brought to justice. Home Minister Asaduzzaman Khan told this while replying to a question in question-answer session in the Parliament today. Earlier, the sitting of the House resumed this afternoon with Deputy Speaker Mohammad Fazl Rabi Mia in the chair. Replying to a question, Home Minister informed the Parliament that the government has undertaken a plan to construct 271 kilometers of road and barbed wire fence from Shahpuri Island bordering Myanmar. Responding to another question, the minister told the House that the government has taken plans to construct 271 kilometers of road and fence from Shahpuri Island on Myanmar border in phases aimed at preventing illegal intruders, curbing corruption, drug smuggling and inter-border criminal activities. The Home Minister informed the House that the fixed assets of 2 of the convicted killers of Bangabandhu have already been confiscated. Responding to a question, Asaduzzaman Khan told the Parliament that a total of 85,000 foreign citizens are working in Bangladesh at present. Replying to a question, Foreign Minister Abul Hassan Mahmoud Ali told the Jatiyo Shongshod that setting up of 8 new missions are now under process in different phases with a view to develop interstate relations. In reply to another question, the minister told the House that new missions were set up in 17 countries in last 9 years. Later, a general discussion was also held on Thanksgiving motion on President's speech. The sitting of the House will resume in the afternoon tomorrow.
Dhaka International Trade Fair 2018 ended today with a record of over 160 crore taka worth export orders. Export Promotion Bureau disclosed this at the closing ceremony of the fair. EPB also said that participants sold products worth about 88 crore taka during the 35-day-long fair. Speaking at the closing ceremony, Commerce Minister Tofail Ahmed said a permanent structure will be constructed for the fair on 35 acres of land in Purvachal. A Chinese firm has been given the work of this project, which is expected to be completed by 2020, he added. Chairman of the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Commerce Ministry, Mohammad Tajul Islam Chaudhary, Commerce Secretary Shubhashish Boshu, FBCCI President Shafiul Islam Mohiuddin and EPB Vice Chairman Bijoy Bhattacharjee also spoke on the occasion. A total of 43 foreign organizations, including India, Bhutan, Pakistan, China, the United States, the United Kingdom, Nepal, Japan, Australia, Germany, Hong Kong, and the Arab Emirates participated in this year's fair. Awami League General Secretary and Road Transport and Bridges Minister Obaidul Qadir has said there is no need of declaring any program centering the verdict of BNP chief Begum Khalida Zia's graft case. He told this at a meeting in front of party office in the capital's Bangabandhu Avenue today. Awami Jubo League Dhaka South City Unit organized the meeting protesting the BNP's terrorist and militant activities. Awami Jubo League Chairman Mohammad Omar Farooq Chaudhary, Dhaka South City Corporation Mayor Saeed Khokon and Jubo League General Secretary Mohammad Harunur Rashid, among others, spoke with South Unit President Ismail Hussain Chaudhary Shamrat in the chair. Obaidul Qadir said the law enforcing agencies would do everything to protect the common people's lives and their properties if BNP wants to create unstable situation centering the verdict. Health Minister Mohammad Naseem has said that next general election will be held as per constitution under the present government. He said this while attending foundation stone laying ceremony of a community clinic at Chechan of Chatok Upazila. The project is funded by the government of India. Among others, Indian High Commissioner Harsha Bardwan Sringla, lawmaker Mohibur Rahman Manik, Dr. Joya Sen Gupta and Pir Fazlur Rahman spoke on the occasion. The Health Minister also inaugurated Dolar Bazar Union Health and Family Welfare Centre and 50-bed Chatok Upazila Health Complex.
Jashud President and Information Minister Hasanul Haq Inu has said threatening of movement will not result in stopping any trial or running of the next general election. Administration and armed forces are always in favor of constitution and rule of law, he added. The minister said this while addressing a women's rally organized by Jatiyo Nari Jot at Mirpur Upazila in Kushtia today. Convener of Mirpur Upazila Jatiyo Nari Jot, Sufia Khatun, chaired the rally, which was also addressed by Jatiyo Nari Jot convener Afroza Haq Rina and Kushtia District Jashud President Ghulam Mohsin. Hasanul Haq Inu said, being a woman, Khalida Zia is an enemy of the women's society as militants and collaborators are her partners. He urged women's society to reject dowry, child marriage, militancy and terrorism. Earlier, the Information Minister distributed prizes among the winners of annual sports competition of Bharamara College, and Jashud Central Committee Organizing Secretary Abdul Alim Shopun, among others, was present on the occasion. Law will take its own course free of any political bias, analysts say. Law must be allowed to follow its normal course for establishing rule of law in the country. Analysts maintain that the trial has been initiated maintaining highest transparency and dictates of the legal system. But the BNP leaders are still resorting to falsehood concerning the Zia Orphanage Trust case. If Khalida Zia had not used up the money marked for the orphans, why should she fear the verdict of the case, as this is not any political case and the government is not being its initiator? The Anti-Corruption Commission has filed the case in 2008, accusing Khalida of misappropriating orphanage money. Analysts say BNP as a political party should be respectful of law and face the case legally and not politically. Time has come to establish a corruption-free society in which political parties must play the main role, or else people will be put up resistance against them.
And now news on sports. Bangladesh made draw against Sri Lanka with the brilliant performance of Mominul Haq and Liton Kumar Das in the first test of two-match series in Chittagong today. The Tigers came into day 5 trailing the Sri Lankans by 119 runs with 7 wickets in hand. But a steady 180-run stand of batsmen Mominul and Liton Das brought the Tigers through safely. Mominul scored his second century of a match and became the first Bangladeshi batsman to do so in Test cricket. And he scored 176 runs in the first innings and 105 in the second, and also gained the record for the highest number of runs scored by a Bangladeshi batsman in a Test match of 281 runs. Liton scored 94 runs in the second innings. In the end of 100 overs, Bangladesh was 307 for 5 with a 107-run lead over the Sri Lankans. Mahmudullah and Mossaddeq Hussain was unbeaten at the crease with 28 and 8 runs respectively. Bangladesh scored 513 in the first innings. Sri Lanka declared their first innings on 713 runs for 9. Mominul Haq was declared player of the match. And before we end, another look at tonight's headlines. ECNEC approves 11 development projects involving 7,423 crore taka. Nothing can be received through undue pressure, says Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. Red carpet rolled out for Swiss President at airport. President Mohammed Abdul Hamid receives President Alain Berset. Awami League General Secretary Obaidul Qadir calls upon party men to remain alert over Khaleda Zia's verdict. Turkish forces face Kurdi resistance in Syria's Afrin. 7 Turkish soldiers killed. And Bangladesh secure commendable draw against Sri Lanka in Chittagong Test.
That's all from the news.